Chairshot Reality on WrestlingInc.com. We love being on the YouTube channel. We love the reception we've gotten so far from all of you. Please go ahead and subscribe if you're not already doing so. Leave a comment, make a like, tell a friend. All that's good. I'm Justin LaBar here in our Point Park University studios in downtown Pittsburgh, being joined down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, by my CSR co-host, Josh Eisenberg. And Josh, this past week on Monday Night Raw, one of the things that people took away was the fact that in the main event sequence, Finn Balor kind of discarded off to the side to make room for Kane and Braun Strowman, who have continued their monster versus monster battle.
I think Finn Balor obviously is looking for a reason to be on the show, to be honest with you. Some of the times, Finn Balor has been a guy that has all the creative ability in the world whenever he becomes the Demon, but pretty generic whenever he's not the Demon. So that's been something that WWE has really struggled with on weekly basis, is making him interesting just with the leather jacket. But I will say this, Finn Balor has all the talent in the world. People still love him. I'm not going to really look at Monday night and gauge his future off of that, because right now, as you know, the winter months are a lot slower with storyline development. And I do think that Finn Balor would possibly be the next choice to potentially face a guy like Roman Reigns. Obviously, we saw Samoa Joe attack Roman Reigns, but I think Finn Balor, and this isn't a discredit to him, would be the absolute perfect guy to chase the Intercontinental Championship going into WrestleMania. Why? Well, look at the Intercontinental Championship last year. Nobody really cared about that feud. Nobody's cared about an Intercontinental Championship feud in quite some time unless there's a ladder involved. So why not put the Demon chasing the Intercontinental Championship, maybe somehow finding a way to implement the club to get that title off of Roman Reigns, because we all know where Roman Reigns is going to be come WrestleMania.
Sure. I mean, and Finn Balor, I mean, I would love to see, a guy who, I really think, stepped up and showed a lot this week. Elias. I mean, maybe there's something there. I'm not sure, but I agree with you. I'm not gonna use this past Monday as the complete, make that the verdict of what WWE absolutely thinks of Finn Balor, what his future holds. I think we have to remember the big picture here is that, Braun Strowman's a top priority, and while it might be weird to see a 40-something-year-old part-time on the brink of being a politician, Kane, in that main event spot, Kane's there to put Braun over. So, I don't want to freak out like some do, but I do think there's something there to talk about with Finn in the respect of they have put themselves in a unique, maybe even backed into a corner situation. The fact that the Demon, his alter ego gets over as well as it does, and as you said, when he's just the guy popping his collar, no face paint or nothing else, it makes you feel like, okay, well, now we're getting the watered down. Now we're getting just the everyday version. I want to wait till the big fight till I get the Demon. And I think that's going to be something they're going to have to rectify in battle. They're going to have to figure out how do we put value, not to the diehards who love Finn, but again to the little more casual onlooker. How do we make them care about this guy who isn't the biggest? And who...
Well, I'll tell you the one thing that they could do with Finn Balor, who isn't the biggest, and to be honest with you, it looks like he actually has gained some weight since his injury. It looks like he's putting on some more muscle. So, obviously the height factor is going to be something for him. I just think that so many fans have this unrealistic expectation that he is the guy to beat Brock Lesnar, when I don't understand why the Finn Balor and Brock Lesnar match is a quote dream match for all these marks out there. Like, do you really want to see a guy who's 200 pounds face a guy who's 290 pounds? And not just talking about weight, because there's been some times where it is believable, but you see Brock Lesnar, and as long as Brock Lesnar's champion, the guys that he should be facing are guys that can go 8 to 10 minutes, not 20 to 25 minutes. There's a place for Brock Lesnar, and there's a place for Finn Balor. Finn Balor is always going to put on good matches. He's always going to put on consistent matches. Brock Lesnar is always going to make you money.
It's kind of funny how right now we're almost at 2018. It's kind of like we're reverted back to 1988. Like the 30 years ago, you had the world champion, which was going to make you money in the Hulk Hogan's, but it wasn't going to be the longest or the most highest quality work rate match. And then you have the Intercontinental, where you can try to rely on some more work rate. And as you're saying, if you put Finn and guys like that in the Intercontinental picture, it would be a similar formula that's been proven to work for WWE. So it'll be very interesting to see how come Rumble, and then Rumble after that, the Road to Mania, where Finn is placed and booked. Right now, kind of floating out there. But as you said, December, winter months, always a trick for WWE creative staff. We still got more to come, as we still have to talk about Matt Hardy. Is he woken? Is he broken? What the hell's going on? And plus, Brock Lesnar, as Josh mentioned, who is the next opponent for Brock Lesnar? We think we know where he's going to be at for WrestleMania, but we still have Royal Rumble on the way. So who is left that could be a viable Royal Rumble opponent for Brock Lesnar? We'll talk about all that still coming up here on Wrestling Inc.